Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Over Matter with Sanket. In this episode, we'll be talking about how you can eliminate the conditionings that you have accumulated since your childhood. So right from the moment that you're born, the world has been instilling different conditionings into your mind. Even as a child, your parents and the society has given you the idea of wrong and right. And you generally abide by what you learn from others, what you learn from external factors. So in this episode, we'll be talking about how you can actually eliminate your conditionings. So think of some conditionings that you've had right since early childhood. Now when you think of it, make sure that you do not have a feeling of hatred toward that conditioning. The first step is to accept that you have the conditioning. If you start hating the conditioning, you'll get into this loop of negative thinking and you'll hate it even more, but actually you'll be making your conditioning even more stronger by giving it too much importance, by giving it too much thought. Similarly, if you think that a certain conditioning that you have received is positive, make sure that you're equanimous when you observe that conditioning also. But in most cases, conditionings will be negative because they will be limiting and narrowing your freedom of thought. Your conditionings will generally make you egoistic because you'll always live in your own bubble and you will try not to get out of your bubble. Now, after you observe and acknowledge that you have a certain conditioning in your mind, just observe it and try to analyze it. So, every person has a reasonable, thinking, rational mind within themselves. You could call these a person's core values, the values that a person deeply believes in. But generally what happens is the conditionings that a person receives might in fact make a person forget his core values. So try to analyze what your core values are, what you truly believe in life out of all the things that you've learned from the world. After that, when you observe the previous conditionings that you have, just accept that it is a temporary feeling. Just accept that a certain conditioning that you have at a certain time will not last forever. For instance, if you believe something is true at the age of 20, there is high chance that your belief on it might change when you are 40. So the first step in this is to understand that all your conditionings are temporary, that all your thought processes are temporary. After that, look at the conditioning with an equanimous, balanced mind. Make sure you do not hate your conditionings. Just close your eyes and try to observe all the conditionings that you have. Now, thinking about your conditionings might give rise to some physical sensations, and that is very normal because generally you might have noticed that whenever you have a positive feeling, you have different kind of sensations in the body, and when you have negative feelings, you have different kind of sensations in the body. Similarly, note that it is not a certain event that you crave, but the sensations that you experience in your body that you constantly crave. For instance, it is not a certain party that you are craving to go to, but it's the sensation that you get when you go to a party and meet people that gives you that rush. So, whenever you think about your conditionings, if they are bad conditionings, you might feel a sense of pain or a sensation of itching in your body. Just observe them objectively. You do not have to react to your sensations. Understand that your sensations are also temporary and that they will pass with time. So as you do this, make sure that you have a balance in your mind. Now, it is not really practical to eliminate all your conditionings that you have accumulated till now in just one sitting. Due to this habit that you've developed, it is very likely that even when you sit to do this, you'll hate some sensations and you'll crave for certain sensations. If this happens, now do not be angry at yourself for not being disciplined in this practice, because that again is going to make you feel bad about yourself. That will also be another conditioning that you are adding. So all you've got to do is to accept that you reacted in a certain way, to accept that you went out of track in your practice, and again come back to whatever you are doing. Now when you do this, you can also observe your breath, because whenever you are thinking about negative thoughts, observe that your breath tends to be very fast and very hard. Similarly, when you think about good things, your breath becomes very calm and you can think with a peaceful mind. You can observe this, and you can also use your breath to come back to the present moment every time you find yourself deviating from the practice. And slowly, when you start becoming aware and aware, this is just like a physical exercise. The more you do it, the more you train your body, the stronger it becomes. In a similar manner, the more you train your mind, the stronger it becomes. And as you train your mind in this practice of becoming equanimous and observing your craving and aversions, you'll slowly realize that you become very equanimous to any sensation whatsoever. And you're able to take action, but without actually being reactive. Rather than being reactive, you become proactive in every situation that life brings to you. If you like this video, do not forget to press the like button. Also, if you like whatever is happening here at Sound Health Solution, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll be coming up with similar videos in the future. Until next time.